Aurelio, how you doing, buddy?
Good, my friend. And you? How's everything
Yeah,
going?
I'm really good, and grateful to have you on today and to introduce or do a spotlight on you because you are one of the kindest individuals that I think I've ever come across, and also you give so much, which is a theme with all the people that I'm sort of interviewing at the moment. But a little bit of background about Aurelio: he has been a professional soccer player in Peru. He's played for the for his country obviously at a national level for as long as he's known, from a kid all the way up to the national team. He's also been a professional kickboxer. So he was a professional kickboxer at the same time he was a professional soccer player. I mean, that's pretty cool. I love that. And then he had a journey into fitness and personal training and instructing, and he's now, you know, a global educator for Zumba, where he teaches strong by Zumba, and he's a personal trainer and coach at Midtown and in our Florida location, and just an all around great guy and ambassador for the industry. So welcome,
Thank you so much.
welcome,
Really
welcome.
appreciate it. I love what you're doing. I think it's an amazing. I've seen already a couple of the videos, and you got plenty of interesting people. When you told me about this project of yours, man, I was super honored to be a part of it, and proud, man, because I think that you're doing something that it's in the line of what I believe, which is giving back to society, sharing knowledge, sharing things that are going to help people. So I'm really happy to be here, man. Thank you so much.
I love it. So Aurelia, you do so many things. What hats do you wear at the moment?
Oof. Well, first of all, I'm a family member. I love um, being a good family member. Uh, in my family, I'm the oldest of my generation. So that's my first role.
Yeah.
Motivation. And second of all, it comes to work, which is I'm an educator. That's what I feel I am. And I do personal training. I do Strong Nation, which is called now. They switched from Strong by Zumba to Strong Nation.
Formation. Got it.
I do the education globally for Strong Nation. Um, and I do plenty. I'm a competitor. I put my hat of a competitor as well. I'm swimming for Midtown Athletic Clubs in Florida. So I'm a competitor as well. That's something I can't get out of my system. I have to compete.
You compete with a great attitude. So yeah, I forget that you're in our swimming team as well.
It's
I
an
love
awesome.
that.
It's great. There's all age groups. The swim coaches are amazing. Well, Midtown people. Like I've only been in Chicago, but I like now that we're doing the IG lives and all those things. I receive so much love from all the community at Midtown that now all I want is for things to go back to where we used to be in sense of traveling and all those, so that I can get
Yeah.
to all the other clubs, because it's amazing how much of a community there is at Midtown as well.
I agree. I agree, buddy. I agree. So you're a super passionate, driven individual, and I ask this question to everyone. So how would you define or explain your why?
When I came to discover my why, like maybe a couple years ago. I used to play soccer professionally, and to be honest, my why was the passion for the game in my head. Now, when I came to discover this other part of myself, where I had to transition from being an athlete, a professional athlete, to the education part, which was a little bit scary, as I was telling you before, because I never imagined myself out of soccer. Um, I came to discover that my why now was my why when I played soccer as well,
That's
was
cool.
to really give back and to create, like empowerment to people through what I did. Um, I came to realize as well, and it's what made me happy, what makes me happy now, which is that now I have direct contact with people. When I used to play soccer, people knew me, but because they could see me playing, on the screen, or they could see me playing at the stadium, but they never have that contact with the athlete or the famous person. For me, famous, just,
Yeah, yeah, I understand.
it is that you have an idea of what that person is, but how much of an impact that person really makes in your life, I wasn't convinced that it was 100%. When I started discovering this PT instructors fitness industry, like, this fitness industry is fascinating. It's so huge, it's big. There's so many different formats, so many different styles, so many different ideas. And at the end of the day, the whole thing, it's towards well-being. Like, we want people to feel good, and it all starts here. So at the end of the day, you change a mind, or you are a good influence in someone's mind. You empower someone to know that they can really achieve whatever they want to achieve. And I started getting super, super engaged with that. And I noticed that as a professional trainer, as an instructor, as a health person, I could empower people way, way more directly than as a soccer player. So now I have contact with people that I get to touch. Maybe it's less than what used to see me when I played, but I think, and it's more meaningful because I get to engage with them every single day. I get to connect with them every single day, and I'm reachable because whenever I go to, I don't know, whenever I go back to Peru, whenever I go back to, I don't know, to Ecuador, to Philippines, wherever I've been, maybe that's once in a lifetime that I spend 8 hours with people, but those people can always text me and ask me, I might see them in another fitness event or whatever. It's great. It's great because you keep contact. And to be honest, my why is my goal, which is my dream. And I like to dream big. And my dream is to create this chain effect, what I call a chain effect, where I get to touch people in a level where they feel that they have the responsibility that I feel I have, which is empowering other people. So I'm empowering people so that those people empower other people. And that way we can all change society and make society a better place, a happier place, and a healthier place. So that's my why. I want to create an impact in one person. If I create one person, like if I inspire someone and that someone can inspire 2 or 3 more, that's going to start creating something big.
The ripple effect, you know, you and I were talking about this before. I mean, there was so much good stuff that you talked about then, Aurelio, but you and I were talking about before when you were playing professional soccer and in Peru, and people had an idea of who you were, but they really didn't know who you were, you know, and that was driven a lot by the media and everything else. But now with social media, you can get your voice across. People can see who you are and what you're doing, and I see that. So at the moment, Aurelio's doing a lot of podcasts. I see you doing them mostly in Spanish, which is fine, mostly in Spanish. But you know, you're tapping into your network of people as well, and you know, thought leaders and mental health and other things that you're just trying to give more to people at the moment. I think is really, really super cool. So what drives you? What gives you the drive to get out of bed and do this 7 days a week?
To be honest, what drives me is that I love what I do. Like, I wake up and I feel like I want to start the day. It was a little bit harder now with the virtual world, but you have to adapt. My why is, it goes back and circles back to my goal, to my dream. I think it's a huge dream. I think it's a huge goal, and I think it's a nice responsibility because when I'm around, for example, doing this education and trainings for new instructors in Strong Nation, the first thing that I tell them is forget about Strong Nation. Like, that's what we are going to teach. Yes. And that's awesome. But in order for you to create an experience, it goes way beyond the format. It goes to where you have to understand that you are doing something for people to feel better, regardless of what the format is. you need to just think that you want to change someone's day, change someone's life, make sure that people get out of your class or session or whatever you want to call it, feeling that they can or that they did achieve something. So that will make them change into knowing that, man, that's the way to go. If I don't surrender, if I don't give up, I'll get there. If I work step by step, I'll get there. And that's here, that's in the mind, because again, you can achieve results, but if you don't switch what's up here, then you will never going to really make a change. So regardless of the goals, regardless of whatever it is that you're trying to chase, I think that my why circles back to trying to empower people and to get people to be the best version of themselves. And
I love it. I think that's just an incredible driver, and to help others and empower others, and you do that. And one thing I noticed that you're very supportive of other people. You're very supportive of when we do things. Also, when we do things as a company, you jump on and you get right behind it, and I love that. That's, you're a company person. I think that's super cool. And you give so much, and I like that. So what's next for you, Aurelio? What's next?
To be honest, I feel, and that's why I don't talk about what I've done or what I do or anything, because I feel that I'm still learning a lot. Like, I'm new in this industry. I have a lot of experience as an athlete. I have a lot of experience from doing the sports and from being coached, but I still learn every day from everyone. So for example, when I see your videos, I'm always looking into whoever you showcase, or whenever I see someone talking about a course or a training, I try to jump on it.
Yeah.
For me, what's coming next in the next years to come is to keep learning from, first of all, the amazing coworkers I have at Midtown. There's so many knowledgeable people that I look up to and that, to be honest, mentor me every single day. And try to use all those things and try to put them into what I do, and try to keep giving. From there, I plan, like, to be honest, whenever people ask me, what are you planning to do? Like, I wish I could stay doing this my whole life. Like, I wish I could.
I hope you do too, and you absolutely can. You absolutely can.
Learning, keep sharing my team. Like, I love to showcase not only what I can do. I love to showcase what Mike Ricks can do, what Lauren can do, what my other master trainers from Strong Nation teammates can do, because to be honest, there's so many good things in this industry that it's out there for people to see and to watch. And I feel that we need to make it a possibility for everyone, because, man, there's so many things you can do to improve your life.
So Aurelio, firstly, thank you for your time today. And I feel we have only just started to see your impact on the industry. I think and by the way, I don't know how to define the industry because it's so broad and varied, but your impact on other people and what you're doing in the community, but also internationally. I think, as an educator, instructor, and a coach, and a vocal ambassador for health and fitness and well-being and positive behavioral change. You speak Spanish, obviously, so you're crossing boundaries and cultures and countries here, and I think that's really powerful. So, I just want to say thank you for all that you do, and I just want to, make sure you keep doing what you're doing, because it does make a difference. And I appreciate it, man. And thank you for your time today. Huh?
Thank you for calling me. Thank you for giving me the time. I really appreciate you. And as I told you, it's an honor for me to be here. I know you have amazing friends, amazing colleagues, and people that are going to be in this IGTV, which I'm really grateful and honored to be a part of. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Riley.